Knock knock. It is Devon O'Clock, and I want to thank y'all so very much for dropping by on this Go Chat Friday, where probably not a whole lot of fast will be happening. Still kind of trying to reacclimate myself to this whole regular streaming thing. Apologies to those who might have missed me, but it is always a joy and a pleasure to have you here. I hope you have been having yourself a wonderful week, and if not, I hope your time here can help make things just a little bit better. This is just going to be kind of a cozy hangout, chit chat, checking in on y'all. Once again, hoping that you've been doing well. I know that the Summer Game Fest has been happening, which I have paid almost no attention to. I have seen some things mentioned in the Discord server. I know about a certain Tupac showing up, and I don't know much other than that. Yes, Evangelion, I did hear that one regarding Sonic Racing Crossworlds. That was a surprise. I hope it means somehow we get Shinji Ikari's voice, my friend Casey Mangelo in there. That would make me very happy. Anything that y'all have seen that's gotten you particularly excited? I'm curious to know. Once again, I don't play that many games outside of the Sonic ones that I stream. So my interest is not going to be very, very expansive, but I hope y'all have seen things that got you hyped up. Dixie the Hedgehog, it's good to see you, as well as Lego Dude and Griffey. Aaron Mack, thank you so much for dropping on by. You have acquired Thunder Fang. Your life and your soul shall remain intact. I am very, very glad to hear of this. And welcome. Thank you so much for dropping by. It's good to see you. Puzzle Portals. Yes, I was doing a fair bit of traveling, so I was not able to stream the Puyo Puyo thing, the festival for that. I was able to play it and get some of the items and whatnot, but I did not have the availability to stream it. But I hope you were able to take part. I hope you had fun with that. Let's see. Oh, I see a Whisker looking into getting into Virtual Fighter for the first time as a former long-time Tekken player. I feel like that won't be too difficult of a transition, possibly because I constantly get those two series mixed up all the time. Yeah, I didn't see the trailer yet, but I saw some screenshots of the new one, and it looks pretty cool. I know Rocky would be happy if he really likes what's that character's name? Kumo or Kuma, the bear from Tekken. I know he's a big fan of that bear. So I don't know, maybe if they have a crossover thing going, maybe that'll bring him over there too. Let's see. Alex Kidd should be in more stuff. Honestly, I'm right there with you. And why not? Let's put Billy Hatcher back in racing games too. Billy Hatcher is a game that Rocky and I are both interested in playing. Neither of us have played it before. I've played the demo. No, I did not travel. While I did see the Digital Circus movie Last Act yesterday, I did not travel to California for that. Alex is the only one that I've never met. Wait, no. Now my brain is being foggy. Alex, what's Alex's last name? No, I don't think I've met Alex. And I've never met Michael Kovac. Did I? Maybe I did. No, I think I didn't. But either way, I'm still very, very happy for all of them. Lot of effort, lot of love went into creating that, and of course, no spoilers here. If any spoilers come up, we gonna have problems. We gonna throw down. But again, it's always great to see an animated story, any kind of story, that have that vision fulfilled and done to completion. Hey, Cherina La Farina, it's good to see you, and thank you so very much for dropping by. Okay, I'm glad to hear that it is actually playing in Mexico, because I wasn't sure if it was playing there, but it's full! Ah! I mean, on one hand, I'm really, really happy that so many people are getting to go see it, but I would like for you to be one of those people as soon as possible. So here's hoping that you are able to avoid all of the spoilers up until that point. Thoughts on the Spider-Man Noir show? I haven't seen it. I don't know if I'm going to see it. I don't really know much of anything about it, but I think it's really, really cool that they tried to make something like that. That's the thing with me. So many shows, so little time. It was only, I want to say, about a week ago-ish that I finally got caught up on Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4, and I'm the star of that. Not everybody watches the shows they're in, but I try to watch at least most of them. Have I checked out the Backrooms movie? Generally not a horror fan, and I also don't have any connection to or knowledge of the Backrooms and the memes and the creepypasta, so I'm just like, I hope it does well, but probably not something that I'm gonna go see. There are 2 horror movies that I've seen in recent years, and those ones are, of course, Obsession, starring my good friend and student Michael Johnston as the lead there, which is, oh boy, does that movie have some creepy moments in it. But he was great. He was always a weird kid, and it's the perfect movie for him to be in. So I saw that. And then I saw the Final Destination movie that came out, I believe, last year as well. And I saw that one because the film editor was none other than Sabrina Petrie, the voice of Sora from Ninjago Dragons Rising, as well as Princess Vanya from Master of the Mountain. She, in addition to being a voice actress, actually has her origins as being a film editor. So I saw that to support her, and I got to see some other Vancouver friends of mine be acting in the movie, and it's always hard for me to see my friends die on film. But nonetheless, I'm glad that both of those movies did so exceptionally well. Again, very, very talented people working on them, and I like when they do well. I don't like when they die on camera. Did I like Dragons Rising Season 4? Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, like Wild Brain just went all in on them graphics. People who don't know how talented those animators are, everybody working at that studio, those artists, they made art. It was cinema. And of course, all hail the good Empress. Nicole Oliver as Empress Beatrix is just it every once in a while I see a performance where I'm just like, I want to steal everything I can from that. She is so wonderfully evil, and it's just great. It's great every time she's on screen. She's chewing the scenery, as we say. Let's see. Skeleton Soldiers, fitting of your name to love horror films. I'm glad you're able to enjoy those. So then I must ask you, have you seen the movie Obsession? And if so, what were your thoughts? I also, in addition to just seeing my friend do very, very well, I'm happy that it's a movie that's also getting a lot of people discussing theories of how certain things happened, and just talking about it from a sociological point of view as well. It's like, what is this movie trying to say about our society and relationships and people's pursuit of them? It's a lot of very interesting stuff. Rosa, once again, thank you so much for dropping by, as well as Anna. Happy belated birthday, by the way. Fabio, it's great to see you, as well as Ban, and Alias, and Circus Witch Rosie. Thank you all so very much for dropping on by. Madamir says, what's your opinion on Rayman Legends Retold? I don't know much about it. I know when the original Rayman Legends came out, I really wanted to play it, but I never actually did. I hope the new one, I think I might have seen at most maybe a screenshot of the new one. I hope it brings more people to the series. I hope fans enjoy it, but I have never actually played a Rayman game ever, other than Rayman Raving Rabbids for maybe about like 20 minutes. What's my opinion on Beatrix and Leroux in Season 4? I really like their dynamic. It's somewhat Waylon Smithers and Mr. Burns-ish from The Simpsons, except for Beatrix clearly has a lot more respect for Leroux, and there's clearly a very, very deep personal connection there that goes beyond just being like a co-worker, being a scientist, being an employee, I guess. And yeah, I'm curious to see if we're gonna have more exploration of that in the future. Striker, thank you so much for dropping by. It's good to see you. I hope that you are doing wonderfully, as well as Striker Jr. Let's see. That's right, we had a lot of really, really great focus on Lloyd Garmadon, the Green Ninja, the elemental master of green, or a master of life, depending on your point of view. And man, oh man, Sam Vincent is just a great performer. Of course, somebody that I grew up hearing on various shows, and I love when that guy gets time to cook. Incredible performer. And it was so neat to see the original voice of Lloyd when he was younger brought back as well. That was just a really, really interesting thing that I was not expecting. Me, working on the show, I didn't know that it was gonna happen. But that's how it goes a lot of times when I'm not recording with my castmates, because normally I don't. Sometimes I record at the same time as others on Zoom, and some people just record completely on their own and I have no idea they're in the show. So I love surprises like that. Let's see. Oh snap. Well, hey, happy belated birthday, Anna. I hope it was a very, very good one. Did you get anything nice? Did you go anywhere nice? Did you do anything nice? But all the same, yeah, Rocky doesn't always tell me everything, but I appreciate you dropping on by. I'm glad you were there for his stream, and I hope it was a wonderful day for you. Yes, VA is generally short for voice actor. Sometimes it's used for the United States state of Virginia, which does tend to confuse me at times, but yes. Sonic Prime VA, short for Sonic Prime voice actor. In Italy, you say, doppiatore. I hope I got that right. But okay. I have learned something. Thank you for this information. Is there more music? Music, have we stopped? Music, are you with me? Are we rolling back? All right, we about to roll it back. Let's get some more music in here. Okay. No, let's go Cityscape. There we go. Hey, Sibuna. Appreciate you dropping on by. Nova, it's good to see you too. It has been yeah, just a wild time. I've been all over the place. So again, apologies for the lack of streams over here. But it seems like Rocky's been keeping pretty busy. He's been here. But I hope you're doing well, Nova. It's good to see you. Sabuna says, still no new drawings yet. And that's okay. Still have other digital ones to finish up, though. Okay, like commission stuff? Or is that just stuff you're kind of doing on your own time? Next drawings might be OCs of my grandparents. That would be awesome. Maybe more on my hero OC, something of a character sheet maybe. I think that's great. So even if you haven't finished stuff yet, you are setting goals. You're planning out potential ideas. And I think it's great to never stop brainstorming. Even if you're not able to make what you want to do immediately, to have these ideas, to keep these things bubbling and brewing. And when the right motivation strikes, you can just dive right in. Oh yes, I do indeed. This was gifted to me by a very good friend, Andrea and Mikey. And yeah, a lot of people know to just send me all the raccoon things that they can find. Despite the fact that I have a particular raccoon in my life who causes me tremendous amounts of stress and difficulty, I still overall think raccoons are pretty cool. And they're just so cute, even when they're doing terrible things. I would not say hope on commissions is pointless. I would not say that. But regardless, I think that you can get back there. You've been there, and you can do it again. Stryker is currently napping, but his daddy, Lord Stryker, is with you right now. I'm glad that you get along so well with that whole family. So Lord Stryker, I've heard tell that he is he's had some very, very villainous things that he's done in the past, and is potentially still a great villain. So I hope that I can remain on his good side. Let's see. Have I watched The Amazing Digital Circus beforehand? Yes, I did watch every episode. Typically, I don't follow Glitch Productions, but because I've got such a sizable number of friends and students working on this one, Sean Chiplock and Lizzie Freeman, both having been trained by me, so I want to see them doing well, and I wanted to see what all the hubbub was about, with the whole internet talking about this thing. So yeah, I saw it, and while I do have some just sort of writing nitpicks, I still thought the animation was great, the performances were great, the music was great. There was a licensed song in there where I'm just like, okay, sure. I'm glad that so many people enjoyed it, so many people were inspired by it, and just seeing everybody in wearing all these costumes and outfits to the movie theater, it's taken the world by storm, and I'm so happy that it's brought so much joy to so many people, and has been such a positive experience for my friends and students who have worked on it. Have I watched Tome? I mean, I've written for Tome, so definitely gonna have been watching it as well. I never have gotten to play although I wrote for it as well, didn't get to, and directed for it, didn't watch no, I have watched it. Didn't play the Tome RPG game. I haven't been able to play that just yet. I know Raccoon has attempted streaming in it, and maybe he'll stream it again someday here. But yes, Tome I have a lot of familiarity with. Yeah, I am actually a little surprised you would ask that question, which kind of leads me to ask the question, Omega. You do know who I am, right? Just need to make sure. Yes, this is a coaster. This is a coaster that is very rarely seen. I also have this other one, which I picked up at a market. This is not raccoons. This is actually red pandas, but still, they're distant relatives, and there's similarly very cute. So I tend to swap between these two as my coaster. Let's see. Oh, hey, and Sonic Stefan, big thank you to you for dropping on by. I hope that you are doing well. Crazy to think that, that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, trailer was, yeah, it's been 2 years now? Either way, my goodness, I have loved that game so very much. Definitely, I think the most time I put into a Sonic game has been Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Sonic 06 might be a close second, or Sonic Unleashed. But the one that I've gotten the most joy out of has been Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Oh my goodness, you had your birthday on Thursday. Well, hey, happy birthday to you, Sonic Stefan. I hope it was a very good, very joyous one, and I appreciate you dropping by here the very next day. Oh, he's secretly, Lord Striker is a fan of my performance, says Thunder Fang, and knocked on Ninjago Dragon's Rising. Well, they both did several evil things, so I could see why he would like them, but that is good to know. Please let him know that I'm very grateful for that. Hathor with the Devon, get the tables! I do have a tendency to say that when people spell my name one of various ways that people tend to spell my name wrong. It is good to see you, old friend. Thank you so very much for dropping by, and I hope that you are doing well. Yeah, Evangelion showing up in the Sonic Racing is like one of those things where it's like, what? We're doing that? Okay. Much like how with Sonic Rumble, we've got Popeye and Godzilla and the Smurfs. It's just kind of like they've got like a random name generator, or like a pool filled with like balls with words in them that, I don't know, manatees pluck out or something, and then that's how they get their random collab brand. But okay, sure. I just really hope that we get voices added to those DLC characters, especially. Getting back into the swing of voice acting, says Hathor. I am really glad to hear it. You are quite the capable performer, and I'm glad. So are you now fully recovered, or like 99%? How are you feeling physically from all the vocal issues you had in the past? But nonetheless, I'm very happy to hear about you getting back into the swing of things. Who is the better villain? Thunderfang, Noct, or Beatrix? I am going to say probably Beatrix, just for the purpose of her having the most long-term success. And, you know, really glorious comeback that didn't really stick in the long term for her. But it's hard to not say Beatrix, especially because of that performance by Nicole Oliver. Just so good. You know what? Godzilla does work well with Sonic. You're not wrong. I mean, we already got BioLizard in there, so why not? I could see BioLizard fighting Godzilla. That would be great. Let's see. 80%. Okay, I'm glad you're on your way back. I'm gonna check out that comic dub. I'm glad to hear that again you're doing those things again. And Egg Paladin, thank you so very much for dropping by. I hope that you are doing wonderfully. You know, I actually have something that I do want to share on screen. This is something that I made recently that I was very proud of. I just don't know if I'm going to have an easy, immediate way to make this visible. But I did have another pie that I did recently. Every now and then, especially for special occasions, I do specially designed pies. And yeah, y'all will get a look at this one. Lord Striker may be evil, but he's a good dad. You know what? That tracks. There are some, evil villains who are still pretty good fathers, and I would absolutely say that about Bowser as well. For those of you who have ever seen those Nintendo like informational things about parental controls, Bowser is so good at taking care of Bowser Jr. Will you cast Jeremy Howard and Alan Richardson as Ray the Flying Squirrel and Mighty the Armadillo? I actually do not know them, and I do not have familiarity with their work, so I can't really give much of an opinion there. I have heard of Ruby. I've never watched it, but I've heard of it, and I have some friends and students who have been in it. Pretty sure Kim Lin Tran was involved with it as well. Did it officially end, or is it still going? That is how little I know about it. Let's see. My special move is throwing a pie like a frisbee. Stunning opponents as they catch it in their mouth, unable to resist eating it. I could absolutely see Rocky doing that. I could absolutely see Rocky doing that. I've never really thought of that as being a projectile weapon for me, because generally when I make a pie, like, I'm so proud of it, I have to like keep it preserved and safe and intact, especially when I make a pie that looks like this. I did actually make, this took way too long to carve, but I made a Lord Raz pie that I am exceptionally proud of. I think just trying to carve out the face took me about nearly an hour, definitely more than half an hour, but I was very happy with what I got to in the end. Considering it is Lord Raz, it should have been a raspberry pie, but no, it was my usual apple. But I have started experimenting, finally doing a berry pie. Aaron's pies are roasted snowberries, but the actual real snowberries are either poisonous or they taste like nothing. So I don't think I'm gonna use real snowberries anytime soon unless I just dump a bunch of sugar into it. But I have started working with blueberry pies, blueberry cream pies. And while I haven't actually even had a slice of the one that I made, people told me they liked it. Doc sadly confirmed that we won't get the Forbidden Five's backstory in Tribes and Dragons Rising. That is definitely saddening to me. I did ask Doc about the Forbidden Five recently. I won't say what he said. Just that certain things have been contemplated in the past. But I would love to see more Forbidden Five. I can tell you that much. I can definitely tell you that much. There's so much unexplored things there, and I hope that maybe we can at least get it in some sort of comic book or something. Yeah, I would love more of that. You can't draw, but when it's a pie, you can. Well, it's a form of tracing at the least. I can trace in a sense. I can look at some art of Roz and be like, okay, how do I translate this to pie to the best of my ability? Yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out in the end. Transformers, My Little Pony, Rayman, and Crash Bandicoot would be fantastic in Sonic Racing. I would be right there with you. Transformers especially surprises me. I know I was rooting for Angry Birds, and we eventually got Angry Birds. Sadly, not with voices in the way I would have liked, but Angry Birds nonetheless. Chuck would have been great, but I'm very happy for Red. It is his franchise, after all. Jamie, thank you so much for dropping on by. It is great to see you. I hope that you are doing wonderfully. Oh, speaking of blueberry pies, I guess maybe I should even consider doing another baking stream. Since it's been so long since the last one, and now that I have a second type of pie that I can make. And on top of that, I've never done a chili dog / chili making stream, so that is a possible option as well. A Canadian dub. I'm fascinated. Now, when you say Canadian dub, you're saying like taking something that's already been done in the US and then dubbing over it with Canadian actors? Generally, the Sonic games as voiced in English don't qualify as a dub because I think English is the native language they're being done in. So do you mean like just like Canadian cast being the only English cast? Is that more so what you mean? Because hey, if Sega would like to have me, I mean, I'm here, but at the same time, Roger the Craig Smith and the rest of the cast over at Studiopolis, they're doing a phenomenal job. Roger has been incredibly kind to me from day one. He reached out to me, he never had to, and I hope that he continues playing the role for as long as he wants to. I am legitimately a huge fan of his work and him as a human being. Just a great, fantastic guy. It's very, very rare that I meet somebody and I am instantly like, I kind of see you like an older brother in a certain kind of way, and he was like that for me. Really, really, really great guy, and I'm really, really happy for any future successes that he has. I am in no hurry to ever voice a game as long as he wants to voice a game. Let's see. Hey, Pico Park, I am familiar with that one because Rocky has streamed it before with his good raccoon VTuber buddy Ringtail. That would be cool with some Sonic voice actors. I've been trying to prod Ian Hanlon, the Shadow voice from Prime, and Big the Cat, into playing Crossworlds with me, especially now that Red is in there and he also voices Red. Thunderfang Pie. Oh, Thunderfang Pie. Thunderfang Pie will consume you. Maybe. That would be a very, very difficult face to translate to pie, but I'm kind of up for the challenge. I am kind of up for the challenge. I might go with Noct before that, and then I'll maybe make a Thunderfang Pie after that, and I will build the Thunderfang Pie on top of and around the Noct Pie, consuming it in a sense. And Super Sci-Fi, it is good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. Respect the heck out of Roger, even though he's not your favorite, and that's okay. Everybody has their favorites. I understand. Though I personally am a huge fan. Really, really wholesome and awesome guy. That is so very true. He and I, honestly, we spent a decent amount of time talking about like birds. We didn't talk that much about Sonic. We talked about like birds and taking pictures of birds and vegetables, as one does. That's the thing. A lot of people think, oh, the actors from favorite shows or games or whatever, or maybe they're talking about that stuff all the time. Sometimes we just talk about random things. Just random, just everyday life things. I'll never forget one of the most interesting conversations that I ever had with Germa was just about cauliflower. I don't know why we were talking about that. Or cauliflower, as he says. Yeah, cauliflower is like really, really good. Like you could put it in like a lot of things, and you just season it just right. It's really good. Let's see. Thunderfang Pie can be a Halloween pie, perhaps. I can't rule that out. What else we got? Oh, alias with 2 questions. All right, there's a lot going on in the chat here, so I'm gonna try to catch up as best as I can. Jamie, I'm glad you had a great day at the Farmers Market and Craft Fair. I haven't been to one of those in a while. And now making glow-in-the-dark turtles inspired by the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Totally awesome, dude. Booyakasha. That was so cool. Well, I hope that goes well for you. Let's see. And yes, Super Sci-Fi, I will always be so grateful that Roger welcomed me into the Blue Brotherhood. Honestly, I don't even think I would have been able to handle the pressure of just being the only Sonic, which is what Roger had to deal with for such a long time. There's a lot of expectations from fans. No matter what you do, you can't make everybody happy because not everybody wants the same thing. So I am, again, forever grateful to him, and just a good dude. Good dude, really talented dude. Have I seen the Season 4 Part 2 sets for Dragon's Rising? I have not. Let's see. Have I heard about the Forbidden Frauds and Thunder Fraud rant on social media? No, I haven't heard about either of those things. Was this something that went big in the Ninjago community? Was this something that went kind of semi-viral? But that rant is new to me. As far as the sets go, I sure wish Lego would send me some. I've never gotten a set from Lego before. I've always bought them myself, but I would love if they sent me stuff because I enjoy doing those Lego building streams. Let's see. If I talk to the right people though, they might be able to fix that. Maybe they don't even know that I'm interested in building them. I don't know. Let's see. Ben, yeah, I would love you there for a pie baking stream. I did one last year on Pi Day, which is March 14th, 3.14. And I would love to do it again. Tails and Nine Convo. I love me some Nine. I saw some lovely, it's not technically fan art because they took the models, they took character models and they kind of like puppeteered them. But either way, I'm fascinated by that craft in and of itself. But I saw like something of Tails hugging Nine, and I thought that it was the most sweet thing ever. Who's the yellow character next to Raccoon? This is Aaron from Ninjago Dragon's Rising, the Ninjago character who was specifically created for and written for me. He bakes pies because I bake pies, and that is one of the single greatest honors of my life. And his last name, Aaron Nivid, is my name spelled backwards, but also spelled slightly wrong. Am I a voice actor of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? No, I am not. It would be pretty cool, but it's not something that I'm holding my breath for. And I can still say I voiced a Turtles-like character by the name of Super Dinosaur. But instead of eating pizza, he eats pies. Rebel Rouge, Thorn Rose, and Chaos. Gotta press the thing. Chaos Sonic. That would be fantastic. And yeah, here's hoping. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's all gonna be a surprise to me. Let's see. Okay, it's an old rant. Okay, then it's possible that I might have seen it in the past. Maybe. Lord Striker thinks Bowser isn't a real villain. Is it because of Mario Party and all the Mario Sports stuff? Did he think that Bowser was being way too chill, way too chummy with the enemy? Did that do it? Or was it Super Mario RPG where he actually joined up with Mario? Did that do it? If you were to voice a turtle, which one would you go with? Um, I would be inclined to say Donatello. Donatello is always the one that I've related to the most. I know some might think Mikey because he's kind of got the closest to the Sonic energy. But the thing is, I wouldn't want my Mikey to end up sounding like my Sonic. I'd want to do something that I don't typically do. And I haven't played a lot of characters like Donatello, even though he is the one that I relate to the most. He's the more introverted, quiet guy who's like, yeah, I'm happiest being off in the corner and just making some useful stuff that can help you all out. That's my guy. I vibe with that. I understand him. What's my opinion on the Sonic X Evangelion crossover? I'm like, sure, why not? I've seen maybe only about 2 episodes of the anime, which I know I should try to fix that at some point because I know it's one of the all-time greats. And my friend Casey Mangelo is in the Netflix dub as Shinji, so I would like to see more. I hope people enjoy it. I can't say that I have strong opinions, but I think it's always great when they get the voice actors involved. Thunderfang is for many people one of the worst villains in Ninjago, being compared to characters like Asphira, for example. Well, you know, when you are a villain, maybe that could be considered an honor from a certain point of view. But I get why people might dislike him because he's very whiny. Just
I want to be a source dragon. Those big, stupid, poopy doo-doo heads, they won't let me be one of them. Well, I'll show them.
I get it. I get it. Sometimes you do just need a villain who's just kind of more simplistic in their desires. Some of them are just jerks. But nonetheless, I had a lot of fun doing the voice because it was me basically paying homage to of course, Vincent Price, as well as Orson Welles. Both were voices that influenced the one that I'm imitating the most, the Brain, voiced by Maurice LaMarche. The same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world. Try to consume all of the souls within Ninjago. And again, I had a great time doing that. Does this mean you're not in the Last Ronin? I am definitely not in that. I am assuming it's gonna have a cast out of Los Angeles. And I do not have a Los Angeles-based agent. I am not currently connected to that side of the business as a performer. I have trained and mentored a lot of people over there, but it's not an area that I have worked in. I may someday. Stranger things have happened, but it's not in my immediate future. That's right, Vincent Price, narrator of the Thriller song. I can't remember all the things that he says, or most of the things that he says, but he's got that spooky narration that he says, ghouls and goblins out from the night, all are here to give you a fright. Something, something, cover your ears, the funk of 40,000 years. Nothing will prepare you for the horror of the Thriller. I'm pretty sure about 5 of those words that I said were correct, and the rest was just me saying stuff. But he had such a cool voice. Yes, that's right, the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. And then they brought was his character's name like Vincent Van Ghoul or something like that? And then they brought the character back in more recent iterations, now fittingly voiced by Maurice LaMarche. What do I think of Lloyd's dynamics between young Lloyd, tween Lloyd, and enemy Lloyd? I think that it is so great and fascinating to see somebody confront their inner self. Because as my little brother would describe it, everybody kind of has different versions of themselves from different ages. Everybody kind of has these conflicting, sometimes differing mindsets that they've grown through in their life, and to actually see a physical manifestation of that is so cool and so fascinating. And yeah, Lloyd had not gotten a lot of focus in the series up until recently, specifically in Dragon's Rising. So to see him going through that turmoil and trying to figure out who he is and confronting his self-doubt, that's a fascinating thing that I think pretty much everybody can relate to some extent. One point or another, we've had times where we're trying to figure out who we are, and we have this voice in our head telling us like, no, you can't do that, come on, what are you thinking? I think that's a really, really great story beat to explore. You know what, Alias, that is A-okay, and I am glad that you are more of a Noct fan as well, because I think I like Noct a little bit more too. He definitely had more interesting stuff going on, and I think probably his voice was a little bit more fun for me to do, but I like doing both of them. I don't like that Thunderfang took Noct's soul away, and in doing so, diminished my paycheck. I didn't love that. I don't like when my villains eat my other villains. Okay. Thank you for writing the correct words, Subuna and Super Sci-Fi. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl from every tomb to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller. Oh, so good. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of heck and rot inside a corpse's sheck. That didn't work. That didn't work. I can say that word, I just don't love saying that word very much. It's not a banned word here specifically, but I don't say it a lot. Let's see. That Scooby-Doo anime thing is wild. I was not expecting that at all. But again, we keep getting thrown these curveballs with, hey, guess what? We're taking it in this direction now. Okay. I hope it works out well. I hope it does better than the Velma show did. Have I heard of The Wolf Among Us? Among Us? Yes, I have. Let's see, what Telltale games have I played? I played a little bit of the Telltale Sam & Max on the Wii. But yes, The Wolf Among Us I am vaguely familiar with. I've heard people really, really liked it. I just don't know that much about it, sadly. I believe it's about a detective wolf? Good Scooby-Doo impression. I haven't done a Scooby-Doo impression yet. If I did a Scooby-Doo impression, though, yeah, like if I did a Scooby-Doo impression, it would be more like this. Ruby Roo. It'd be something like that. But I am nothing compared to Frank Welker and Matthew Lillard and Casey Kasem. They know what's up. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'm with you, Cherry. There are some games where, like, I like watching them, but I'd never play them, and I'd never play them on stream, especially. And I feel like Resident Evil 4 has been one of those things, of like one of those games where I'm like, oh, I feel like I'd enjoy playing this, but I couldn't stream it. And also, still me with horror games, much like with horror movies, I still get a little Do I remember Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi? I know of it. I didn't watch it, but I know of it. It wasn't something that immediately appealed to me, but I know that there's some very, very talented singers. After all, they did do the Teen Titans song. When there's trouble, you know who to call. Teen Titan! So that's mainly what I know them for. Let's see. Dispatch. I've seen a lot of gameplay of Dispatch as well. Another one of those things that won't be on stream. But I'm very, very happy for my friend Vincent Tong, voice of Kai the Fire Ninja, who did voices in Dispatch. I was very surprised and very happy for him. Let's see. Five Nights at Freddy's, maybe Super Sci-Fi, maybe Rocky will be coaxed into that someday, because I know it's been brought up quite a lot here. Oh snap, there's gonna be a new ukulele already? Well, the original ukulele was out for a while, to be fair. Yuka Replay is the newer thing, but all right, I'm glad that there will be more. I have enjoyed Yuka Replay, and they've got a perfectly good engine. Why not do more with it? Tafari TV! What is good, homie? Thank you so very much for the raid. I hope that you are doing well. What were you streaming, and how did it go? It's good to see you, my guy. Hope you're doing well. Have I watched Teen Titans, says Rosa Nia Edits. I have watched the littlest bittle. Mainly what I remember is the Mad Mod, my duckies. That very Austin Powers-y looking guy. I thought that his voice was very, very cool. I didn't really get that into Teen Titans. I think I was... to each their own. I know some really liked it, but I was kind of turned off a little bit by the pseudo, super over the top anime random reaction sort of stuff. But I know quite a lot of people like the show. I know that they had some really, really good stories to tell with Slade Wilson, who Deadpool is actually based off of that character as a parody. Some of y'all may not know. And yeah, I definitely know that they've had some really, really interesting stuff to tell. Great voice cast on top of it. And I've watched the littlest bit of Teen Titans Go as well. Let's see. Devin for Dispatch Season 2. I would have to be pursuing that kind of work, but hey, you never know what might happen in the future. You never know. Lego Batman while watching Summer Game Fest. Lot of good titles incoming, stranger. I'm still in Resident Evil mode a little bit. Alright. Well, I hope it was a good time. That Lego Batman honestly looks fire. I have watched some gameplay videos of it. Don't know if I'll ever actually be playing it myself. There's just so many games, so little time. But I hope that you had a great time with it. Every Lego game that I've ever played, which hasn't been a lot, mainly Lego Star Wars, but I've been very, very impressed by what I played. And I would really, really, really like a new Ninjago game. That'd be great. Let's see, I'm a comic book geek, so I definitely ran into the information that Deadpool is a Slade parody. Okay, yes, comic book fans know what's up. It's just so funny to me that they were so close in the name too. Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson, totally original character. I love when that sort of stuff happens. Aaron does indeed say Happy Pride Month, everybody. You are all welcomed and loved here. This is a safe space. And if you got a problem with that, you're gonna get a pie to the face, aggressively. Let's see. Ninjago has an R-rated villain, technically. Xerox. No, I just wanted to say that. Therox, the transgressor. And Doc can't say one of his acts because kids can be seeing those posts. I did not know this. Okay. I got something to learn there, clearly. Oh, I have played Cuphead. I have played a little bit of Cuphead, and ooh, that gave it to me. That game gave me the business. Yo, random rain frog. Thank you so very much for dropping on Pi. I hope that you are doing well. Pichu Lover says, as the voice of Sonic, how did you feel with how Sonic interacted with Shadow in the series? I'm like, I wish that Sonic got to be written as cool as Shadow consistently got to be. Bye-bye, Rosa Nia. Shadow was just so cool. He was just so cool. But I will say this, because Shadow, voiced by Ian Hanlon, is the only person that I ever recorded at the same time as for Sonic Prime. We got to do that just for one episode, I think. And I really loved getting under his skin and just sort of be like, hey, I know you need me. I know you love me. Come on, buddy. Bring it in. I loved that tease element of it. That was a lot of fun for me and for Ian Hanlon as well. So when they get to interact in that way, where it's like, you know that despite all of the punching, they actually do care about each other. I feel like that layer is still underneath everything, but oh boy, are they great at getting each other's nerves. Though Sonic is the one who's better at getting on Shadow's nerves, and I enjoy that. I do enjoy that. Oh wait, you're saying that to Aaron Mack. My bad. Bye, Aaron Mack. Appreciate you dropping on by. Ian Hanlon was so good, and I wish more people were aware of his name, but definitely one of the greatest talents I have ever had the honor of working with. I didn't know they're making more Cuphead games. Okay, this is news to me. Therox was the original keeper of Thunderfang's gem. Thunderfang took it from Kex. I probably said that wrong. Let's see. Great Dragon Warrior and equal to Omega Oni, who built the Forgotten Tombs to keep away Therox's corpse. Okay, there's a lot of stuff I gotta learn about this lore. I wish we could get a big old Forbidden 5 lore comic. That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. Wait, Ian was Ant-Man? I thought Ant-Man was somebody else. Okay, if so, awesome. Oh my goodness, of course I do. I'm gonna say this wrong, so I'll, Lujane? Lou, I'm just gonna say Lou, because I know I'm gonna get that, I'll get at least those syllables right, those letters right. Absolutely. I will not be throwing any disrespect to any other religion here. As somebody who identifies as Christian, we have some crossovers in our beliefs. And again, as long as you are being good to others, then I've got love for you. So by all means, please worship in the way that feels right to you. Again, as long as you are showing love and respect to others, I got love for you. Let's see. Lord Striker also has a skeleton form, same as Bowser. So would he be called Dry Striker? Dryker? I am curious. And hey, you know what? It's also okay if you do not worship, if you do not believe in anything in particular. Ultimately, everybody's kind of got different ways of viewing the world and how we are all here and why we are all here. But ultimately, if you believe in showing kindness and love and respect to others, I think that all comes first and foremost. Let's see. Hope they do an update of Crossworlds with DLC voice acting. I would really, really like that. I would like that a lot. I mean, we do, at the very least, we do have Ryan Bartley in the game already as Sage, but I would be happy with, you know, more her. What are my thoughts on the Air Jutsu ship? Generally, I don't have any strong stances when it comes to any of that, but I let the least I'll say I think it's cute. I think they're cute. I don't have a very strong opinion there. Let's see. Ian, right on. Let's see. I hope it's okay that I tell you some lore of Therox here, who is linked to the stories of the Five and Thunderfang. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that. Also, I just want to say I'm so glad that so many of y'all are just enjoying this chit chat stream, because I didn't know if anybody was going to be down for that. I would have preferred to have something prepared, but it's also nice to have this every once in a while. It says I'm playing Star Fox Adventures. Whoops! I should probably fix that, shouldn't I? Oh, why is... Okay, my Twitch info editing box is frozen, and it's doing its impression of Elsa right now, so it won't even let me change it. That's weird. That's literally never happened before. That has never happened before. I've met Sean Chiplock, who voices him now, but I've never met actual Bubsy the Bobcat, and I would love that. That would be really, really cool. Oh, Dry Striker. Okay, I was right about that. I was right. You're at a ceremony for graduation, and you got that going on, and you're here? What? Enjoy the ceremony, but at the same time, congratulations, Arianator. I hope that it is a very happy, joyful, celebratory time, and yeah, what a great landmark to be achieving. I'm very, very happy for you. I assume you meant Ian, excited for Star Fox 2026. Me and Rocky are right now kind of like fighting over who gets to play that. Oh, I've known Sean Chiplock for 20 years, Ian. I've actually been, fitting that your name is what it is, I have mentored him since 2006. So we have a lot of history. We have crossed paths many times throughout the years, and between Bubsy and the amazing Digital Circus, it's been a good month for him. Been a good past few days for him. Yeah, Star Fox. The art style, I've gradually come around to it a little bit. There are still some things I have criticisms about, but at least I know I will enjoy the gameplay, which I have not been able to thoroughly say about a Star Fox game since Star Fox 64. So, yeah, I know I'll like elements of it, and we'll see who ends up getting to play it on this channel. That's right. Through my chatting ability, I am inspiring Rocky. If you happen to see this in the future, please, or maybe you're watching right now. Please, maybe you are literally watching and listening through that. I know that you can do it. I know it's a rough time, but you are a braver one than I to have taken on that challenge. And I hope you see it through to the end. And just in case you are still tied up with that one, I will take care of the Switch 2 Star Fox game for you while you deal with Star Fox Adventures. Just you know, so at least somebody can get around to that one. Will that be a problem? Is that okay? We'll discuss this later. Let's see. Makes it look like I also voiced 9 with the 9 figure. I mean, maybe, but there's a few characters here that I didn't do the voice for. We got Macho Man, oh yeah! As well as Speedy Cerviche, we've got Team Rocket, who I definitely did not voice, as well as Fidget. There's a mixture here of characters I voiced and characters where I just think they're neat. Still find it curious that Sean did a father figure-like character like Kinger, and then there's 3 fatherless characters like Diluc, Spade, and Sanjin. Sanjin might have parents, but, you know, considering General Gaius's plans, maybe he doesn't. But yeah, that's the thing about Sean. He's quite a very versatile performer. You never know where he's going to show up, including Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct. Both of those ones really caught me off guard. When he voiced, who was he? Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat. And then he was Rash from the Battletoads in Killer Instinct, which was basically just him practically being a Ninja Turtle. Wanna ever meet Elsie Lovelock? I mean, I wouldn't mind. I did give her very first voice job when I cast her in Apotheon. I can't remember which Greek goddess or mortal character I cast her as, but she got turned into like a tree, and that was her first ever at least paid voice job, and she's gone on to do so much incredible stuff since then. But we've never actually met in person. I've only just directed her over Skype. But again, really proud of her. If we ever happen to cross paths, okay. But if not, I love seeing her journey and all the great stuff she's gone on to do. Andrew Martin, thank you so very much for dropping on by. I hope that you are doing well. And Raccoon on a timer now. I don't know how he'll feel about that. But I think he might just be inclined to to quit Star Fox Adventures if he feels he has to have a time limit. Ian, oh, this is a rough one. Did I ever meet the late great Kirby Morrow? Yes. I was so grateful that on Ninjago Master of the Mountain, where I voiced the Skull Sorcerer, that was basically the first big Cole season. And I grew up hearing him mainly for his work, Kirby Morrow voicing one of the voices of Goku in the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z, as well as there was a show I watched called Yvonne of the Yukon, where he voiced a kid named Tommy. Some also know him as Cyclops from X-Men Evolution. And while I didn't get to know him amazingly well, he just had such a positive energy about him. He was one of those people who helped me feel right at home. I felt so welcomed by him. And I'll always be grateful for Dragon's Rising, or sorry, specifically, I am grateful for that, but I'll always be grateful for Master of the Mountain, because I would never have met him at all if not for that show. And he's definitely somebody who left the world a better place than he found it. There's so many of the younger performers were mentored and coached and encouraged by him. He helped through, I went on to learn that he had a lot of personal struggles that he was dealing with, but through all that, he was always trying to help and give so much to others. And it's tragic, but it's beautiful that he really didn't want others to feel the pain that he was feeling. In addition to voice acting, I am also a voice director as well as a casting director. So there are a number of people who got their first jobs or their first time being directed started with me. For specifically the video game Dust: An Elysian Tale, there are so many people who had their first paying role there. That includes Erica Mendez, Sean Chiplock, Lizzie Freeman, Justin Briner, Xander Mobus, a lot of people who were really just starting out and were kind of trying to find their footing. I said, hey, I'm gonna find all of these new young people online and show the world that you can, in fact, cast and direct an entire video game with people all over the world recording from home. And now you can see what so many of them are out there doing nowadays, and I couldn't be prouder. In a certain sense, I almost feel kind of like a proud papa, just seeing all those kids, even though some of them might be older than me, going out into the world and doing the great stuff they're doing. Xanthi, I think I've met Xanthi a couple times. We don't know each other exceptionally well, but I think we've crossed paths in person a couple times, and a handful of times online. I didn't know that Sean had voiced Spider-Man in the Square Enix Avengers stuff. I actually did not know that, but again, he keeps popping up when you least expect. Mosca is great. I really do love Mosca in Dust so much, and just what a great precursor to Deku in My Hero Academia, with his whole thing literally being, "You're so cool! I'd really like to get your autograph!" And then that becomes his iconic thing in My Hero. So happy for Justin Briner. That's right, Kirby Morrow, also known as Moroku in Inuyasha, which is not a show that I really watched much of, but I know that that's another thing that had a really deep impact on a lot of people. For many, that was their first anime, or at least the anime that they got the most into. What did I think about Vangelis returning as a servant of the embodiment of evil? I was like, well, I don't have an interesting story to explore anymore, but money for me. I like money for me. So that's basically what it was there. I'm like, okay, no more character development, no more like duality. And I actually had to give the note specifically. And again, we have a great voice director, James Corrigal, who's also the voice director on Sonic Prime. I had to give the note like, oh, I can't do the Skull Sorcerer. I can't do the Skull Sorcerer voice anymore because the magic skull was destroyed. So, now I just sound like this. This is now the voice where he will be a cosplay Skull Sorcerer who doesn't have any of the magic powers but wears the mask because it just makes me feel big. But again, money for me. I will take that. I will take that. I'm glad I got to be in the show again. Let's see. I'm gonna do a little bit more chit chat, then we'll get into gameplay. I love the voice that Xander did for, I like to call it, I don't even call it Master Hand, I call it Xander Hand. And Crazy Hand was him like basically being Starscream. He kind of has that sort of, I was very happy for him. And I know that like, one of his dream roles is the Joker from Batman, so him being Persona's Joker is like just a funny bit of irony, but I really do hope that he gets to play Joker someday. I know that would mean a lot to him. He's auditioned for Joker in games and TV shows before, but he has never gotten the role, but I think one of these days he's gonna get there. Let's see. And he's also a humongous comic book nerd, so I know that he'd be out there trying to correct people on everything. Yes, I do know Xanthi. I'm not extremely familiar with her work, but just as like a human being, like we've crossed paths and gotten along well. That's the funny thing. There's a lot of voice actors who I just kind of like know as just like being friends, and not actually knowing too much of their work. Ben Diskin, oh actually no, I've heard a fair bit of Ben Diskin's work, because I've heard him as Venom in Spectacular Spider-Man, but that's probably the most I've heard of him, and I've written a little bit for Oddball for him in Tome. But mainly he's just cool guy. It's just cool guy Ben Diskin. And Xanthi is kind of that same way. Aiden Rudd is that same way, where it's like, yeah, sometimes we just meet in certain social gatherings, and we just kind of know each other as person, as opposed to voice actor performer, and that is a-okay. Let's see. Well, Mark Hamill did step down due to the unfortunate passing of Kevin Conroy, but even before that, there have been lots of projects that have had Batman and the Joker voiced by people other than them. I remember Bruce Greenwood, yeah, that's his name, Bruce Greenwood, voicing Batman in something that I really enjoyed, Batman Under the Red Hood, where we had John DiMaggio, aka Bender from Futurama, as well as Jake from Adventure Time. He voiced the Joker in that, and he was great. He was fantastic. One of my favorite Jokers ever. So it's one of those things where there's not really a one consistent actor. Whisk, I hope you have yourself a wonderful night. You wonderful night. Please do enjoy being a non-edible mousy burrito. It is always a joy to have you around here. Alex Lee, I don't think we've ever met or crossed paths, but I have heard some of his voice work. Not a lot, but I've heard him as Mashal? That's an anime series I've seen maybe a couple episodes of. And again, don't really have a really strong gauge of on him as a performer, but I enjoyed what I heard there. But I don't think I've ever met him in person. And if I did, I didn't know it was him. It's possible I might have met him at like a coffee gathering with just a whole bunch of voice people in California, but I don't think he was there. Nova, appreciate you dropping by as well. We're just about winding down here because I have some basketball I need to be watching. It's not that I'm necessarily rooting for New York, but I know that Ben Schwartz is. Because, you know, that's where he's from. This is his favorite team, and they are in their first championship game since 1999, and they haven't actually won it since the 70s. So, you know, I wouldn't mind if Ben Schwartz is happy. Have I met Scott McNeil? Yes. First time I met him was 2014. We were both guests at the Anime North convention in Toronto. That was my first time meeting him. And then I met him again maybe about 5 years later at Brian Drummond's 50th birthday party. Those are the 2 times that I recall meeting him. There might have been more, but I feel like that's it. Let's see. Kevin Michael Richardson, while his work, especially in Beautiful Joe, is one of my biggest inspirations, I have never actually met him. But can't deny that he is extremely talented individual. Have I heard Troy Baker as Batman or Joker? I'm sure I have. And I've heard Roger the Craig Smith as Batman. But again, I haven't really played too deep into any Batman games, so I haven't heard a whole lot. Yeah, that's one of the difficult things, because like Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are so iconic as Batman and the Joker that it's really hard for anybody to just kind of get their proper due, because they're immediately compared to a previous performance. And honestly, it's the same kind of thing with Sonic. That's why I tell people, like, yes, I did enjoy my time with Sonic, but I have a much closer connection to characters where I am their first, if not only, English voice, because I don't have immediately other people saying, well, you should sound like this, you should sound more like that guy, you'll never be as good as this person. That's always kind of rough. Even before you get started, you're already kind of being told what you should do. And when you can define a character by yourself, that's a really special experience where you don't have something that you need to live up to. Let's see. Ben Schwartz played and beat Cuphead. That's one of the things I love about that guy. He's legit, like, he is a gamer for real. And the fact that he got into Chrono Trigger not too long ago, just a real cool guy. I love that he's a real one. Again, you don't necessarily have to play video games or know much about video games to do great voices for them, or voices for video game characters who are in movies, but it's just neat. How do I make the Skull Sorcerer and Thunderfang's voice again?
You mean, how do I make this special effect come on?
Or how do I actually
make my voice sound like this?
Really, it's a lot of practice. It's a lot of knowing how to tense up your throat in certain ways. It's almost like a musical instrument. Almost like, playing like a flute or something, where if you press certain things, then the air goes through it to produce different types of sounds, and that's the way the throat kind of works. As far as doing the special effects, I have an audio filter that I had to get installed onto OBS. But yes, I've got a lot of practice with this instrument, because if you are forcing things, you can definitely cause permanent damage, and we don't want none of that. Can I sing? I don't consider myself to be a phenomenal singer, but I like to think that I can carry a tune like a little bit here and there. Some of you might hear me say some lyrics from Sonic songs every now and then. Live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn from the words of yesterday. I've done it better in the past. I feel like my best singing is when I can sort of hide behind either a theatrical or a character kind of voice. Like, I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a warthog's backside, but thick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride. It's clear from your vacant expressions. The light's not all on upstairs, but we're talking kings and successions. Even you can't be caught unawares. That's kind of more my vibe, but I can sort of sing, and I've had to do it for TV shows before. Did it hurt you to make the Skull Sorcerer's voice after some lines? Not at all, because this is something I had been practicing that kind of voice since I was 19 years old. When I heard Corey Burton's voice from Megatron in Transformers Animated, those puny Autobots will be no match for my incredible power. Transform and rise up. I know how to put the tension into my voice just enough to have it not hurt. And because I'm breathing air in a certain way, if you know how to breathe properly, it almost serves as a protective coating within your voice that helps you extend what you can do with it without hurting yourself. Now Rosa Nia Edits has to go. Thank you so very much for dropping on by. Always a pleasure to have you around. That's right, Skeleton Soldiers. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I'm glad you think it is good. Sometimes I see some like real, actual, legit singers though, and I'm like, ooh, okay, there are levels to this. I am not trained like many of them are. Let's see. Fleetway Super Prime Sonic voice probably wouldn't be drastically different from what I've already done. Just more intense. All right. Let's take a look at who else is streaming, and then we will be up on out of here. And yes, Nox's voice is all about. Nox's voice is just driven by breath, gliding on air, going ha, and then talking through the ha. That's the voice. And it is just comforting and soothing to do the voice. I'm just like, oh, I get all this free oxygen. That's great. Let's see. Optimus Prime would be great. You gotta have Starscream though. You gotta have Starscream. Bumblebee. You know what? I would say if we're picking 4, I'm gonna say Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Starscream, and Megatron. You need to balance that out with the evil. People love them some Starscream. Like I was not expecting Starscream to be nearly as popular as he is with the ladies, but for some reason Starscream gets all the girls online, not actually in canon, but like wow though. There's just something about that dude. I have not heard of DJ Sonic Freak. No, I have not. That's right, Pichu Lover. I am indeed streaming, but not for long. Let's see. Who else would you like? Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash. You know what? I would love that because it means castmates and colleagues of mine getting to do voices in Crossworlds. If they let them have voices, I would love that. Rayman, Crash Bandicoot, Coco Bandicoot, ooh, as well as Spyro. You know, if you have Crash, I feel like you gotta have Spyro. They are of that same ilk, of that same era. I would love that. Noct's anger is always a fun thing to dip into because I have to be like, am I still in the Noct voice? Am I straying too far away from it? But I'm glad people still felt it was in character for him. We own the game. It's still a very kind of calm anger that I really enjoy. Have I heard of Random Encounters or Nate Wants to Battle? I've met Nate once. Very talented singer. Yeah, I just kind of like randomly, like I was trying to go like meet with somebody else, and then like I ended up at like his house somehow. Again, and I didn't know who the guy was. I'm just like, hey, you got cool hair. And then I looked up his music. I'm like, oh, good singer too. At the end of the day, everybody's kind of just some guy. I'm just some guy. I go to Sonic events and have nobody know who I am, and I think that's hilarious and great. Let's see. Beat maker on YouTube that made beats out of Sonic OSTs. Okay, right on. There's a lot of really, really talented beat makers, remixers, composers out there, and always glad to know of other ones out there doing their thing. Not you, Tafari. Not you, though. Not you. Which I got respect for. Yeah, Ian, I went there again, going to meet somebody else, and I'm like, oh, hi, person, whoever you are. And he didn't know who I was, and it's just like, we just people. Pichel, thank you so very much for the raid. I hope you had yourself a wonderful stream. What were you streaming and how did it go? For those of you who do not know, my name is Devin Mack. I did the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic Prime, as well as Chaos Sonic, Orbot, and Cubot. Chef in Total Drama Island, the reboot. Aaron, and a whole lot more in Ninjago, and I stream every Go Fast Friday and Spin Dash Sunday. Usually playing Sonic games, but I'm not today because things have been very disorganized, and I legally have to share this stream with a certain VTuber raccoon, whether I like it or not. How did your stream go? Welcome, Wave of Angels! Thank you for gracing my community with your community. Yeah, again, Peach, appreciate you, dropping on by. You were playing Twilight Princess, very, very nice. That is a game that I have wanted to play, but have never played, because I was never gonna play it on Wii. I don't, this is not for me. So I would have wanted to get the GameCube version that I could never find, and I never owned a Wii U. So I couldn't play the HD remaster. It says I'm playing Star Fox, but I'm not. I'm not able to change the toolbars of my OBS stuff. It's just frozen for some reason. It's doing its Elsa impression, so it's kind of stuck like that. But I like Star Fox. I do like Star Fox. I like Star Fox 64 and the Star Fox Super Nintendo games, and I like some of Star Fox Zero. I'm glad that Twilight Princess went well, though. One of these days I will play it. What's my favorite album of all time? I don't know if I actually have a. I actually don't know if I have a number one favorite. Because I don't really tend to listen much in terms of albums. I'm just more like an individual songs sort of guy. Who do I like though? I like Tupac, and apparently Sega does too. Yeah. Favorite album? Good question, but I don't know if I have a proper answer for it. I like Tupac and I like Tchaikovsky, and Mozart. Yeah, what an incredible mix there that I've got going on. Love my Tupac and Tchaikovsky classical music mixes. Let's see. How do I get a job in voice acting? If you haven't studied acting, I would say it's very, very good to study acting. Take any kind of acting classes if you can, because voice acting is acting. And honestly, it's never been easier to get involved in voice acting online. Everybody wants to do it now. But it is hard to get jobs because you're competing against a lot of people. But get together with friends, do stuff just for fun, just for practice. If you decide you want to put voices to a comic or something like that, great way to get practice. Surround yourself with other people who are like-minded and want to pursue the same sort of goals, and challenge each other. Put your stuff out there. You never know who's going to end up finding it. And there's communities like the Voice Acting Club, Casting Call Club, where you can look for potential voice roles and try out for them. To try out for TV shows and bigger video games, of course, you're going to need to have an agent. And in order to get an agent, you're going to need a voice demo, which is basically like a 1-minute reel of various voices and acting styles you are able to do. So it's a long, lengthy, complicated process, but with enough commitment and focus, you can do it. Because I truly believe there is a place for anybody in the world of voiceover as long as you put the effort in. But to make it a living, that one's much easier said than done. Let's see. If one of Devin's characters needs to sing, have someone else do the part. That would be much more money for the studio, so they tend to not like to do that. If they can have the actor do the singing, then they will. And in the past, I have played characters who have done the singing. There was a show called Norman Pickle Stripes, where I played a character. It was actually like a stop-motion puppeteering stuff. Or marionettes, or whatever you want to call it. I played a character named Fred the Spider, and he sang a Halloween song. In Total Drama, I had to do a song for Chef, singing about washing your hands to prevent the spread of COVID. Wash, washy, Washington, splish, splashy, splashingtons, front, backs, and your thumbs. Wash away the germs, don't pass them on to brothers, sisters, dads, or moms. So clean! It was so weird, but I had fun with it. So, yeah, you know, they will save money by having me do the singing. I am prepared for it. If I need to sing, I can do it. Snoop Dogg and Tupac in Stranger Than Heaven is absolutely bizarre. I'm right there with you, Tafari. Again, we live in this world where I guess no crossover is off the table, except for Calvin and Hobbes. Apparently that will never ever happen with anything. Let's see. Saw the post you had about Michael and Lizzie. I saw you liking that post, actually. And yeah, I'm glad you caught that, and could not be happier for them. It's crazy that I have known them for 15 years. 15 years! And they're out there doing the things that they are doing now, starring in movies, and at the end of the day, they're still just the same kind-hearted, really, really down-to-earth, just everyday people. And they don't see themselves as like these larger-than-life individuals. They just enjoy just quiet moments of just watching shows, playing video games. Everybody's just people. But I'm really glad that they're able to positively inspire and entertain so many people, and are being good to others while doing it, and that's what it's all about. Did Josh Keaton do the singing voice for young Hercules? I actually don't know. I didn't know that he had singing experience, but at the same time, very, very talented guy. Samurai, hello, thank you so much for dropping by. Quincy, Finsley, it's good to see you too. Big thanks to both of y'all for coming on through. Stream is, I keep saying stream is winding down, but we end up hanging around a little longer. Skeleton Soldiers, I hope that your niece feels a lot better soon, because that's, that's not fun. I would definitely be doing the shower thing, too, if I were you, being smart about that. I know, my dad has been like that about people, too. Man, when COVID was in, like, full swing, some people were just, like, not thinking, and I remember somebody coughing so much and being around my dad, and my dad was like, I think I'm going to go take a very long shower. My dad has a weird accent that I can't describe. But, yeah. Way to be smart about that. Real talk, I would be a great voice acting teacher. Thank you, Andrew. I mean, technically I am one. Not in the most formal sense, because I don't have like open like classes that everybody can get in on, but yeah, I have taught, I've given lectures at schools and whatnot, and I feel very, very grateful for the fact that I'm able to watch so many people go on to do so many great things based on knowledge and confidence that I've given them. And again, that's a big part of why I do the streaming, so I can share knowledge with others, and then that I can help empower others. So much going on in chat, it's hard to keep up with y'all, but I appreciate this. I have heard Josh Keaton as spectacular Spider-Man, and I did get to see him at, I think, Calgary Expo, he might have been. With an autograph table across from mine, and I told him, dude, I like your Spider-Man, and I've also seen him stream a few times. It's been a while, but I'd love to see him stream again.
Save the game! Hey, dummy! Save the game! Hey, dummy! Save the game!
Somehow I did not turn off that redeem, but Rocky's voice yelling at me seems fitting, because I always hear it in my head all the time anyways. Even when it's not in the form of a redeem or actually Rocky yelling at me, so I'm used to it. I have not seen Project Hail Mary. I have heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, there's not a lot of movies that I'm like, I am definitely going to see that. But I will probably see the next Spider-Man movie. I will probably see the next Spider-Man and the next Avengers movie. I don't know if there's anything that I'm immediately planning to see beyond that. Did I voice anybody from Pokemon? No, I have not. I have trained and mentored people who are in Pokemon, but I've never worked on Pokemon. Not directly. Evangelion. You know what? It does make more sense. The crossover does make more sense now, because yes, I definitely know that there are those like either the Evas or the Angels. They definitely look like some of those giant beings that are in Sonic Frontiers. So the crossover does make extra sense. Welcome back, Tina, Sabrina. Did you go see the circus movie? And if so, of course, no spoilers, everybody. No spoilers! No spoilers! But if you saw it, I hope you liked it. Will I do a barrel roll? I don't think this chair will allow me to properly do a barrel roll. I can go from side to side at best, but I can't do the full rotation as I wish I could. Stream has been good. A lot of chit chat going on. A lot of people dropping on by. Far more than I anticipated for this unprepared, unfocused stream, but it has been nice. I have not seen the Season 2 Crossworlds preview yet, so that I gotta take a look at. I heard that it happened, but I haven't seen it myself yet. What if I voice Spade from Freedom Planet? Don't need to, because Spade already has an actor. And I tend to not eye rolls. And when I say, okay, that probably sounds very confusing. I don't mean eye rolls like, ugh. I tend to not as in I want them. I tend to not be eyeing roles that are already played by other actors, especially if those actors happen to be friends or students of mine. So I'm just like, yeah, just, Spade, keep doing your thing. I believe that is one of Sean Chipslock's roles, and again, he's somebody who's mentored by me, so, just, he do his thing. I want him to make the money. I want him to make the money and live his best life and have a successful career while being good to others. That's all I want for people. Let's see. Will I always appreciate being part of Sonic? Absolutely. It was a life-changing thing for me. As scared as I was to take on the role and all the pressure that is associated with that, it has overall been an extremely positive experience for me. I've met lots of great people. My life is different, and I would absolutely say better for having been a part of the Sonic franchise. And Sonic Prime is technically canon according to Sega, and nobody will ever be able to take that away from me. And I'm very grateful for what I've been able to do. Oh, and the fact that, I got this thing for working on Sonic 2, and finally getting one of these after a 20-year career, getting my first award was a very, very cool moment that I'll always cherish as well. I don't know why I just have that on the floor right next to me. I was not planning on just... Oh, I'm gonna just put that on stream. Yes, I'm gonna not drink the statue as well. One time I mistook it for my cup of tea and I almost drank the statue. Alright, Lego Dude, thank you so much for dropping on by. Alright, congratulations, Arianator, on graduating class of 2026. A big round of applause for you, and I can't believe you have me being watched during that ceremony, but I am honored at the same time. Very, very proud of you. Big congratulations. Samara, thank you so very much for the kind words. You're amazing as well. Bought more of that Digital Circus merchandise. Very, very nice. Again, I'm so very happy for everybody who worked on that, everybody who enjoyed watching it, and yeah, everybody who has not seen it yet, hopefully you can continue to avoid the spoilers and you have a great time once you finally do see it. Let's see. Okay. This time I really mean it. This time I will take one or two more questions, then I'm going to head off. Let's see. Do you ever think about how a character that somebody voices on a show could just like outlive them someday? I know what you mean. Yes, I do know what you mean. And I mean, I think about that kind of all the time when it comes to iconic characters like the Looney Tunes characters, who were pretty much all of them originally voiced by Mel Blanc, and now they have other people inheriting that role. But now carrying on the legacy of what Mel Blanc established. So his personality still kind of lives on a bit through other actors such as Eric Bauza now taking on those roles and taking inspiration from Mel Blanc. Yeah, I think that stuff is really, really special. It's a kind of form of immortality that one can have through their art, and how their art, whether it's as an actor or as a physical artist or a writer, how that can continue to impact and inspire others. I think that's a really kind of magical sort of thing. Fabio, thank you so very much for saying that, or Fabiola. I want to make sure I get it right. But thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you think I'm talented. And hey, if you would like to be a voice actor, once again, I am always happy to give whatever information I can, whatever knowledge I can. Peniolo, or Pen 101, thank you so very much for dropping on by. It is good to see you here. Rocky plushies in due time. I definitely know the manufacturing process is being worked on. Thoughts on if Britt McKillip was gonna take the role of Blaze the Cat in her future? I don't actually know Britt all too well, so I actually don't have a direct response to that. I don't have a direct comment on that. But right now, my friend, there's too many Ericas. Which Erica? Erica Lindbeck. My friend Erica Lindbeck is doing a great job as Blaze the Cat in the Sonic games. And again, I hope she continues playing that role for as long as she wants to. Yeah, Puzzle Portals, it would be cool. It would definitely be cool. Okay. Now, for real, I'm gonna set that raid up, but I want to once again give a big thank you to every single one of you who dropped on by. Thank you so much, Pichel as well as Tafari for those raids. And I will be back on Spin Dash Sunday, hopefully actually playing a Sonic game. When someone like Bowser can voice so many characters, is that a good for him, or more like, dang, save some roles for the rest of us? You know, I'm gonna call it maybe a slight combination of both, but leaning on the more good for him, because he earned it. He earned it. And I kind of know similarly what it's like to be that guy, because that's kind of been a lot of me in Toronto and Vancouver, being one of the very, very few people who is well established on both coasts. And literally, when it comes to Ninjago, they keep giving me characters that I don't audition for. And I'm just like, I'm going to run out of voices. There have been cases of like, come up with something on the spot, you're playing this role now. And I'm like, hey! And especially cases of, okay, that voice that you just came up with on the spot, that was actually a character pretending to have a fake personality. So now I need you to come up with their real voice. There's been a lot of that going on. So, there have been cases, you know what, to even take it a step further, there have been cases where I'm like, or producers rather, some naively or some very intentionally have been like, we can hit our diversity quota by just having Devin Mack. He's the only one we need. And I'm just like, no, I don't need it. Let's build up some other people. I will mentor and coach them specifically so you don't have to feel like it needs to be me all the time. So there's also that. So I want to see talented people getting opportunities. I don't want to be the bailout guy. So it's a complicated industry at times, and one of these days I'm gonna make a video that really details a lot of the things a lot of people don't understand on the inner workings, stuff about unions that a lot of people, there's a lot of people afraid of unions, and they don't understand the good that being union definitely does to protect me and my colleagues, as well as things about what is it like being a performer in the industry where people often believe it doesn't matter what you look like in voice acting, and it's only a brand new thing where people have started to care. That's not true. That's not true. There's a lot of history, some of it very ugly, that I'm going to dive into in the future, and because there's a lot of stuff I just wish people understood. One of these days we will get there. Skeleton Soldiers, big thank you to you for dropping on by as well. All right, let's do the raid. Let's set up the actual raid. Who will it be to? We are about to find out. Oh, you know what? The decision's already been made for me. The decision has already been made for me. As soon as I saw these individuals were streaming, that's all I need to do. We are going to be sending this raid over to Caitlin Bairstow and Ian Hanlon. Samara, it was great to see you too. Oh, it won't be a post. It'll be like a video essay to Fire TV. And I've never done a video essay before. but it's something that I feel like I really need to explore. I have done some posts on the subject, but I feel like the best way to address it will be in the form of a full-on video essay where I can just ramble, rant, and show some video examples of certain things. I'll be rating Caitlin Bairstow, the voice of Lucky the Fox from Super Lucky's Tale, as well as various characters in Mega Man Powered Up, as well as what else has she been? She's been in a lot of stuff. Either way, of course, she was Link in Cadence of Hyrule, and I will also be rating Ian Hanlon, who is streaming alongside her, considering they are partners. Ian Hanlon, voice of Shadow in Sonic Prime, as well as Big the Cat, Cinder in Ninjago, as well as Red in Angry Birds Summer Madness, and Thor in Lego Marvel Avengers. So there's the link for those of you on the YouTube side. For those of you on the Twitch side, we will be doing a direct raid. And that's right. They are playing currently a Canadian, I'm assuming indie game by the name of Wanderstop, which I know nothing about. So let's all find out together. And Tafari, you are so right though. It really is like, we need a new role. Let's call Devin. Granted, several of them I've auditioned for, and there have been cases where I've auditioned for it, and the voice that I've done is not even the one that they've wanted, and they cast me anyways, just knowing like, oh well, he can still do what we want anyways. And again, that's a position I've earned. I know I've earned that level of trust, but I'm always happy to see other people doing well as well. I will try my best to get Rocky some more chili dogs. The more chili dogs I get to that raccoon, the more simple and livable my life is. Cherry, it was great to see you, as well as Joshua, Mahler, Super Sci-Fi, Puzzle Portals, Ian, Tina, Sabrina, Fabio, Tafari, everybody that I've mentioned, Samara, anybody that I might have forgotten. Love and appreciate you, Jeremiah, Skeleton Soldiers, Arenator. Once again, congratulations on your graduation. Until next time, as always, work hard, work smart, be good to others, and be good to yourself, because you deserve it, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.